So there's fucking tea about somebody in the Discord server who's got problems with another person.
Ooh.
Okay, so obviously we're gonna blur out names because we kind of have to, but
Okay.
bitch are like beefing.
Oh yeah, I heard that the other day. You were saying something about he was being really petty and he was enjoying the call with in it.
Yeah, and like I don't understand why. Like as soon as he joined the call, he was like, "Ugh, here we go again," or like, "Oh my god, like wow, there it goes. This is
Oh,
that." And I was like, "Dude, like, what's the problem? Like, what is the issue?"
pettiness.
Yeah, and like he was trying to help him in the game, and he was like, "Oh, I don't need your help. I got it." And like this dude is like new to the game, so it's
Mm.
like, what is with the hostility? What is going
He's
on?
trying to give cunt. He was trying and it wasn't giving.
It really wasn't
Failed attempt.
right. Failed attempt. This is like
Real
what the
bad.
10th time. Real bad. Exactly. It makes no
Ooh.
sense.
At that point, you just need to address the problem. Cause
Address the
what?
fucking problem. Right. Anyways,
That.
hey besties, you're tuned into Never the Problem, the podcast where we say what we said. Oh my god, bitch, that was
We can't. We can't. We can't. We're so
we're
cooked.
so
We're so
bad.
cooked. We're so.
We're so
This bitch. I said we need to edit that
Oh
whole.
my god, I'm okay. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's our first time. There's always a first time for everything, right? So, anyways, you're tuned into Never the Problem, the podcast where we say what we said, mean what we mean, and we're never the issue.
Period.
Right. So, anyways, Jakiyah, today, were you the issue? Were you the problem today? Or were you not the problem today?
I was not the problem today.
And why is that? What did you do? Or what didn't you do?
I I had a therapy session today, and I was in fact not the problem.
Period.
So, what about you? Were you the problem, or were you not the problem?
Honestly, today, I feel like I wasn't. But let's be real here. Sometimes I low-key can be. I just don't like to admit it.
Right. Cunt. Serve cunt.
Anyways, hey y'all, I'm Quinn,
I'm Kaya.
and this is the start of a new show. Y'all are gonna have to sit down, grab popcorn, grab a drink, because it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be messy, and honestly, we just gonna vibe it out.
In the long run, at the end of the day, we said what we said.
Right. Now, here's the
We said what
thing.
we said.
Even though we may or may not be the problem, we do question if anybody out there is a problem.
Very good question, because 9 times out of 10, they're the problem. Us, no.
Exactly. Us never.
We're not
Never,
the
never, never.
problem.
If we're the problem,
Whew.
it must mean we're doing something right. Because we're never, never, never the issue. People who got issues
Never.
with us, that ain't our problem. That's your problem.
Okay, so on to the first topic.
Yeah, let's get into it. Come
How
on.
did we end up meeting?
Oh my god. Actually, I remember vividly. It was because of that girl on TikTok. Her name was and I remember where I used to play with her and she used to stream on TikTok and I used to stream on TikTok as well. But I think I always saw you in her comment section and you were always like trying to like talk to me. You're always like, "Oh my
So
god,
bad.
Latina
Oh my
mommy. Hey."
god. Y'all, every time I saw her in the lobby with them, I'd be like, oh my god, is that Latino mommy? Because that was her name, her stream name, and I will always remember her as Latino mommy 305 till this day. But
Literally.
every time, mind you, I was always in this certain person's comments on their live and gifting them and gifting them and gifting them, and I would pull all nighters. Mind you, they live on the other side of the world from me, so I would always pull all nighters.
She lived in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. She literally lived in Canada, somewhere there. I don't know where, but she was located somewhere up there.
Somewhere in the cold. And are we still friends? No.
Nope.
Nope. But I will tell you, me and Quinn personally, we met through her because we all played the same game, we all had the same interests, and we eventually all played together because I ended up migrating from her live stream into Quinn's, and so from there on now I was usually in Quinn's live streams. I remember one day she was also playing with this other guy who shall not be named, but he was also a friend of, and I was like, hey, can I join? Like, can I just play with you guys? They were like, yeah, why not? And they added me. We had fun. I was nervous the first time we played, but honestly, great experience. 10 out of 10, guys.
Hmm. I remember that, like, that used to be so fun because at the time, like, I really like was fucking with her. Like, I thought she was cool, and like, it's crazy because it's crazy how we met through somebody. I feel like it's always interesting when you meet somebody through another person, just because like you live in a small world and you never realize who's gonna end up being your friend in the long run. But with this
Hmm.
bitch here, it's crazy because like I met you what, like literally a year ago, like almost a year ago. I'm pretty sure it's been a year already, anyways. But
Yeah.
this is my ride or
Wow.
die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's been there for
For
me for
life.
everything, for life. Like, yeah, you cannot play with
Right.
her.
After this, just know. After this podcast hits the big one, we're going on our own baddies trip. No lie. The
Right,
whole
we're gonna
bus and everything, the whole
get the
shebang.
baddies buzzed.
The whole tour planned out. We're traveling across the world.
Literally, I can't wait.
Okay. Second question. What's the first game you ever played?
The first ever video game, like ever, I would honestly say it's Call of Duty World at War. I saw my cousins when I was younger play it, but they were playing the zombies and like low key, like I thought that was kind of scary, but it was kind of cool. So like I got like very like intrigued by it, and when I started, I think that's what literally developed like my like obsession with like shooters and just in general playing video games. And I was there for every single launch for like Call of Duty, Black Ops, Modern Warfare,
Wow.
all that stuff. It was
Call of
fun.
Duty? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. That, like, right there, that's like the most first played video game that people actually got into and that got them into gaming. But I'm not gonna hold you. I think I can agree on that because I originally started playing on my dad's PlayStation, and he used to have Call of Duty all the time, and that's all I would play. And a few years after that, I believe I got an Xbox. I was like, oh, look at all these games. And then, yes, I was a Fortnite kid during quarantine, guys, unfortunately.
No, you know what game was popping during quarantine? Apex. You can't forget about Apex. Apex was at its peak during COVID. I feel like Apex is one of those games where it's
Jesus.
like it's a love-hate relationship with, and I think
Ugh,
it's literally just because
Apex.
the devs don't fucking listen to their community. Like at all. They do not care.
Yeah. Speaking of devs, let's talk about what EA did to Respawn specifically. I feel like people get it confused a lot of times, and they're like, "Oh my God, Respawn sucks." No, EA sucks. Respawn, they're doing their jobs as best as they can, but you can only do so much under a greedy corporation that just wants money.
Money hungry, money greedy. That's all they'll ever
Yep,
like always be forever, literally.
so bad, and it's affected the devs, it's affected the game, it's affected the players. At that point, there should have been a change in ownership, and somebody should have stepped up and been like, "Hey, this game has so much potential. We want to take it away from you because you're not using it correctly." But no, EA is a very greedy corporation, which nobody talks about. They release games consistently,
Yep.
and they have flops here and there, and then they want people to buy the games, and they never attend to them again.
And I think at the
So that's
moment,
a
I
really big
think
scam.
what people are mostly like annoyed with is the fact that they decided to pause their like Titanfall project that they were working on just to fix their game that is already dying. Literally, like what more can you do with Apex? Let's be real here. They already took arenas
Yeah,
away
it's
from
really
us and then
bad.
they brought it back and did it
Mm,
hit? No. It didn't.
no,
Their rank system is
oh,
still messed up. There's a bunch of cheaters in the game. Like, what can you do? Y'all claim they're going to
at
be
all.
saving it and they're going to be fixing the cheater situation, but there's still cheaters 24/7. What are y'all fixing? What is y'all doing with the money that the community is giving you with these shitty events? Like, I don't understand. What are you guys
Yeah,
doing with the money?
the cosmetics. Oh my god, the cosmetics, dude. It's so bad. That's probably I can confidently say actually that the cosmetics are the only reason Apex still has funding to run
Mm-hmm.
because people don't seriously play the game, honestly.
No.
And if they do, they have issues, and we're gonna get into those issues later. But the more serious players are their own group of people.
Yep.
Hashtag the problem.
Hashtag
So that's why
literally
I'm
the
saying
problem.
bring the people back that weren't the problem, so we can kick the people that are the problem away.
Right.
It's bad. It's so bad.
It's so
The
bad.
egos are boosting. The KD going down, egos boosting. So it's like y'all really just out here cheating and getting away with it because at the end of the day, there's too many ways to cheat on Apex. There's too many.
Multiple ways, literally. Whether it's scripts,
Fortnite anti-cheat.
aimbot, wall hacks,
Yeah,
infinite
man.
grenades. Like, it's just, there's so much going on that I feel like that's what ruins the game. And I feel like that's why
Yeah.
slowly I haven't really been playing Apex as much. And I've like moved on to like other things, such as like I got back into Dead by Daylight, started playing Marvel Rivals and Fortnite, and a bunch of other games that like call my interest. I just don't think Apex is really
It's
one
not it
of
no more.
it's not it anymore. I don't think it's a top tier game as it was back then, but I guess
No.
that's what happens when companies get money hungry and they ruin the game, literally.
Yeah, because oh my god, the things I've seen people like the potential people have that they cannot give out to other people because they're under greedy corporations is
Mhm.
insane. I don't know if you heard of this game called Claire Obscure. It's called Expedition 33, and it was made by someone who worked at Ubisoft
Mhm.
but ended up parting from the team and making their own game. And I honestly think that game's probably going to get Game of the Year, possibly. But graphics, the graphics themselves are amazing.
I think I saw you play that game of like a few weeks ago. I remember you streaming it to us and it looked really fun. It's like I feel like I like the fighting style that it has. It kind of reminds you of like Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. If anybody's played Final Fantasy out there,
Mm-hmm.
it's I really like that like concept of like video game fightings where it's what is that? I think the term is called turn based. I believe that's the term
Yes,
for those
it's turn
games.
based. I love it. But it's not like average turn based game. Like also a game you could closely compare is Persona. You play
Okay,
Persona, you're gonna be like,
I've
oh my god, this
yeah,
game's like, whoa.
I love Persona. Who doesn't?
Yeah. Honestly, the graphics themselves are already breathtaking, but then you take the story and add it to that. The story is amazing. Plot is already well put together. The game is it's long, so you're not gonna get bored. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, wow, the story. You're gonna keep getting interested and sucked into the story. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I didn't know this. I didn't know this. So if you go and search up the game, don't spoil it for yourself. But it's an amazing game. Also, let's talk about turn based. I feel like the turn based inside of the game is like more interactive to the point where you can parry, you can dodge, and it's like
Okay, cool.
there's sound cues so you know when to. So I like it.
Yeah, that seems really interesting. I think I might me want to like try that game out. After seeing you play it, I feel like it's like something I could probably get into. Take a little break from playing
Yeah,
shooters
honestly.
and games
Yes.
like that.
That's
Try something new,
exactly.
try something different. I feel like it's always nice to try something
Yes.
different.
Always. What else do we have?
Okay,
Oh
so
god.
I do really want to get into this. I feel like it is kind of our theme. So I want to ask you, Jakiyah, let's talk about a moment where you definitely were quote unquote not the problem, but maybe you low key were. So let's hear a little story. I want to know a little story about it.
Well, that's a hard thought. Wow. Where I was, quote unquote, not the problem. All right. Well, long time ago, I had this friend, and
Mm-hmm.
we used to play Apex all the time. And this is at the peak of Apex, right? This is the peak of we're playing ranked every day.
Okay.
So let's call him. We're just gonna use real names at this point. Let's call him.
Okay.
And it was like you could say we were best friends. You could say we were best friends. Like still to this day, we still call and check up on each other. But as we were playing Apex, without fail, every day, we would end up arguing. So
Oh
I came
no.
up with some type of system to genuinely piss him off as we were
Oh
playing.
no.
It's not like I was selling, but I would play, and every time he would have some type of smart remark or anything, I would purposely piss him off to the point where he couldn't come back and say anything else, because it was genuinely like we were best friends, but it was to the point where we would bring up so many personal issues, and it was so bad. I genuinely think it was toxic. I do think it was toxic, but we don't talk or play as much. But when we do, we still have those issues because we know how to piss each other off,
Mm-hmm.
and we know what ticks each other off in the worst possible way. And that's the only way we can play now, by is like pissing each other off, which is like kind of sad. But we would literally sit there and shit talk each other like so bad. You'd sit like, if there was another person sitting there half the time, they'd be most likely extremely uncomfortable because of the situations we were in.
That you guys might
But
have, yeah.
yeah, it was bad. We would always argue. It was really bad, but we've just grown distant to know that, hey, we we don't have good chemistry for real. Like, we're both
Mm-hmm.
dicks, and it's
Do
not gonna work out.
you So do you feel like at any point in time you guys can like go back to how things were? Do you see it like maybe ever happening? Have you ever thought about it? Because it seems like, this
Definitely
person was
not.
very, very close to you, and like you guys
Yeah,
generally seem like you
very.
guys were like best friends. So it's like seeing something like that happen between two best friends, it can hurt sometimes. So you don't see it like going back to normal. You don't see it like you guys being able to rekindle and make up for whatever happened.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Simply because of the fact that the relationship we had as friends, it was just like it was already messed up, and it already had a weak foundation. Like, we used to be super close. We used to, mind you, like I said, peak of Fortnite. We'd stay up super late, and his mom come and be like, "Hey, turn that off or go to bed." And we were super close. We were like childhood friends basically, and I think we both just accepted the fact that we have our own lives now. We don't game as much. We don't have the same passion as we did before to talk even. So I don't see that relationship getting any better or any worse, simply because of the distance we had put in between each other to kind of protect ourselves from one another.
Yeah. Well, that was very intense. So
Very.
realistically, I feel like in this situation, you really weren't the problem, only considering the fact that you've tried to like make amends with this person and you realize that the only way you were really able to even speak and hang out with this person was by always constantly having those conflict like that you mentioned with like
Altercations
yeah that
and
you
ugh,
arguing
yeah, it's so
and
bad.
stuff like that. Usually that does get a little bit exhausting, so I can see where you're coming from with the point with you don't see yourself going back to that person. You would rather just move on,
Yeah.
respect each other, and just live on with your life. Honestly, that's understandable, and I get that.
Yep, y'all. When I tell you, and then he called me like last week or the week before. No, it was definitely last week, and he was like asking me questions, and I was like, "Whoa, this person called me. I haven't talked to this person in months." But
Yeah.
it's been smooth sailing. I haven't had any issues with this person going on a year maybe, so we're pretty cool. What about you, Quinn?
Me, oh my god. I don't
You,
know.
like, in a situation where you thought you were or weren't the problem. Perhaps I don't know. Maybe like something you think you could have done wrong, or some situation you could have probably handled better.
I think I feel like what happened between me and definitely went the way I wasn't
Mm,
expecting it to go. Like, I guess in a sense, I feel like I was the problem because so the little backstory basically was, we were close. We met as well. We met him through playing Apex as well, and always on the streams as well. And we eventually got close. He was a part of our friend group. Like we were like best friends as well. But I feel like over time, definitely did lie about a lot of things, and it really rubbed me the wrong way in the sense that it's like you were telling us you can't hang out with us and you broke your console and you just can't speak because you're fighting and you supposedly were going to jail. You remember when he said he was supposedly going to jail and the bitch
girl,
didn't. But
yeah, I.
it was, I don't know, it was weird, and I feel like what happened recently between us where um he asked me to make a venting channel in my Discord server, and by all means I was like, this did kind of ask me multiple times. I feel like the screenshots that were showed weren't really what was behind the story because hello, I just got a new phone, so that was like my new conversations with itself. So was asking me a lot of times to make the venting channel, and respectfully I was like, you know what, like I'll do it. Like I feel bad, I know you've been asking, and I'll make it. But what he did the moment that I made it was what really ticked me off. And he was like, oh, he was venting about how like he didn't like certain people that were claiming that they were talking shit about somebody and they don't want to be friends with them, and then eventually they rekindled and became friends with the person they were talking shit about. And honestly, I can tell you right now that was definitely towards me because of the people that we've had issues with and have left the server and came back. Like we've invited them back, and or some of them just joined back because people are just confusing and people are weird in the sense where it's like they can't make up the decision of whether they want to stay or they want to go. But I
Mm-hmm.
think what the issue was that was always causing drama in the server. And I will say right now, the bitch literally like tried telling a girl that her boyfriend was cheating on her with him, which was weird, and then had nothing to back it up and was asking us for help. And I didn't like the fact that he sat there and was openly about talking about, oh, but that's the type of person I am. I love causing drama and I love making things up. That's weird. Like, you literally are an
Mm-hmm.
issue, and if that's how you're gonna be, like, you're weird. I don't want to associate with you. So, in a sense where I felt like I was a problem, because realistically, in this situation, I will say I was the problem because if he wanted to be messy in a venting channel, I was gonna be messy back. So I called him out in public and I was like, yeah, like I do have something to say because there's a lot of fucking fake bitches out there who love to talk shit about me and pretend to be my friend. And sat there and was like, who would say that about you, acting all clueless? And I was like, you, stupid, you.
Ooh.
And I said it out loud and I was like, here's a screenshot, like, bitch, it's obvious you're talking shit about me, and if you have a problem with me, you can let me know. So, me being petty, I sat there and I literally made up a bunch of shit about and told everybody about it. I told that he was a drug addict, and I told that, well, I told people that was a drug addict, and I said that the bitch literally sold himself for fucking vapes and carts. Like, I was being messy. I was being very messy. And you know what I mean? Like, I said a bunch of really like fucked up things to a bunch of people and to everybody for like to defend them. And I said it straight up. I was like, no one's gonna defend you because everybody hates you. Nobody likes you. So get the fuck out.
Oh.
But realistically, I made that up because I was fed up with a liar, just talk so much shit.
Oh.
And it got to the point where the reason why I ended up saying these things to people was because he decided to go on TikTok and make posts about, oh,
Yeah, I remember
make
that.
of hater ass bitches, this and that. And I was like, no one's hating on you because you're mad that you realize you're causing issues around our friend group and starting rumors when realistically you are the problem, and I decided to make things up to hurt your feelings, to see how it feels when you make shit up, right? have a little
That's
taste of your own medicine.
crazy.
Exactly. Like, so I will say I was the fucking problem in that
So,
situation.
yes. Wow. So you gassed him up even more. Oh my god. Mind
Mm-hmm.
you, guys, this is my first time hearing that she said shit about him. I didn't know. Like, I did not know.
A
I'm
little
sitting here
confession.
absolutely gagged.
A
Like,
little confession,
what?
you know. Clock it.
What? Like, she did that?
I
All
know.
right. Well, that was interesting. Mind you, backstory, right? We all we all have a Discord server exclusively for friends.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can't fully say it's only people that are friends because a lot of people in the server don't like each other, but they don't cause big issues. They don't say a lot about each other, but you know there's animosity there. There's hidden animosity, and everybody honestly tries their best to get along. We have a Discord server that's made of it's made up of a lot of people, a lot of different backgrounds per se. But
Yeah.
the thing we all have in common, all of us, every single last one of us, we played Apex.
Yep. We played
We
Apex.
all played Apex. And this is where this stems from because if you play Apex and you play a lot of Apex, you have a lot of hours, or you had played Apex, you know, you may not like to hear this because I know the fandom or everybody that plays the game,
People that make
you're most
Apex their
likely the
life.
problem.
Yeah,
Yes, you're most
literally.
likely the problem. You most likely have ego, and we're here to destroy that ego. So
Yep.
I don't know. Type what you think about your ego, and maybe we'll just destroy it. I mean,
And if you're
maybe.
unemployed, all that hours you got on Apex, you should put those hours to getting yourself a job. Sending in that
Job
application to
application.
McDonald's.
Yeah, but a lot of things we're gonna say here are gamer based, and we're gonna be talking about the egos these players have and how it's majority of the players, whether you play Apex on a daily basis or on the side for fun, you most likely are gonna have an ego.
Yeah, literally.
So,
While majority of the time we will be talking about gaming topics, we also would like the listeners out there, if you are listening, submit your own stories. Let us know your drama or questions,
oh
or
yeah,
honestly, let us know situations where you swore you were never the problem, but maybe you actually low key were. And honestly,
and tell the whole story.
right, tell the whole story, let us know, and maybe we'll decide if you were the problem or not. Because you may say you were, or you may say you weren't, but we don't know that. We don't know that.
We don't know. Maybe we might even do some digging and find out who it was about and ask
Exactly.
them.
Right.
Are we that messy?
Very much.
Maybe. Oh, he said very much. I don't know about that one, guys.
But
I cannot
yeah,
partake.
we honestly can't
But
wait because like we have so much to talk about. Like we've always wanted to
so
let out
much.
so much things out there into the public, and I feel like now we finally get the chance to. Like now we're able to say what we want without giving a fuck. We're allowed to talk about who we
Yes.
want, what we want, and if
Whew.
you get offended by it, honestly, you're the problem.
You are the problem, not us.
You.
You, it's your ego. But oh God, there's a lot of games that are built off of egos out here a lot,
Also,
and
I feel
number
like
one
we
is by
should
far
also
Apex.
pinpoint this out there to a lot of you who are very not how do I say this in the most nicest way? To those who are very old and are not techie. Discord is a app for gamers where we use to basically come together as a community to join servers, which are basically group channels, I guess you can say, where people join, make friends, whether it's esports organizations or hanging out or people wanting to look for friends. I think I just said that. I'm so stupid. But you get the gist of it. It's literally just think of it as like going to high school but like for the virtual world, basically for like the gamers. Think of it as like high school. You never know who you're gonna meet. For all you know, some of those people you're meeting are probably like catfishing you, and
Oh my
you never
god.
really know people's true intentions. So always keep your guard up. Always stand 10 toes, because realistically, you never know, the next person you end up talking to might actually be a problem.
Real bad. Oh my god. That's why you gotta just like, I want to say keep to yourself. Always
Yes, always keep to yourself, and just because
no.
you feel like you trust somebody, don't. Because people will use anything you say or do and they will use it against you. So always keep your guard up and know who your real friends are. Because realistically, you
Definitely.
don't want to be the problem at all. But I feel like we've covered a few of the things we wanted to do. After all, this is our introduction, and I feel like you guys should actually know a little bit about ourselves. I'll start. So, I think we already said our fucking name, so there's really no point. But again, I'm
Yes.
Quinn. I am a
I'm
Capricorn to my
Kaya.
fellow zodiac people out there. Um,
Ugh, Capricorns.
what sign are you? I forgot. Bye.
I'm an Aquarius. I was supposed to be. I think I was supposed to be a. I was supposed to be Aries. I believe. Supposed to be Aries, but I'm an Aquarius.
So yeah, this bitch is an Aquarius, but I feel like in this situation we are a good dynamic duo in the sense that she's actually the stricter one. I feel like she actually doesn't give a fuck about what anybody says to her. She doesn't let nobody stand over her.
Unfortunately.
She's literally the one sitting on that throne. But I feel like I'm the one that's like, I'm scared of her. But I also don't take shit from
Like
nobody,
what?
and there's a lot of people out there who do take advantage of me and are claiming to be my friends. But
And
we'll
that's
talk
why
about
I'm
that
here.
later. Exactly. She's literally my ride or die. You know what I'm saying? My baddie, period.
I'm stuck here. I'm stuck here forever. I'm stuck here.
I'm Natalie Nunn and
But
she's Scotty.
ooh, no, Natalie Nunn, you're definitely the problem now.
But
Sorry to tell you, you're Natalie Nunn, automatically the problem.
okay, you're right, you're right, you're
We don't
right.
do scripts here. We don't do scripts here.
Nah, I'm DTV, you're Tinkerbella. That's even better.
Okay, period. Now that's a good duo. That's a good. I'm not gonna
Literally.
hold you. These would be little problematic, but
It's okay. We love her. We
Tinkerbellas,
love her.
yeah, yeah, we do. We do. Let's not talk about summer.
Summer none
Look.
other.
Okay, back on topic. No, back on topic though, because we almost started talking about baddies. Like that's
Yeah.
supposed to be after the podcast,
That's
guys.
supposed to
After
be
we get
after
the
the
big one in,
podcast, right? After we do our big ones, for real. After we do our big
we gotta
ones.
get famous first.
Girl, ain't nobody gonna watch
Um.
this. It's okay, it's okay,
Anyway,
it's
y'all.
okay.
Now that you said that, I can't stop laughing, bro.
Bro, it's
Uh,
okay, it's okay, it's okay. You know what? If you end up being a true fan and you stay committing to watching us, we just want to say you're a problem.
you are the problem for being messy.
Chismosas out there.
Whoa.
Chismosas. That's the term. Chismosas
Wow.
envidiosas.
Oh, mind y'all, I can't speak Spanish. Well, no, I can speak a little. Esclava.
Some of the.
But
Oh, Kaya!
I forgot what that meant. But
It means
the
you're
point
a
is,
slave.
I don't know Spanish. I don't know Spanish. So whatever I just said, please don't cancel me. I am a person of color. Thank you.
She is my African American queen.
Wow. Oh my god. All right. Next subject, I guess. Any ideas?
Actually,
Any
I do want
takes?
to talk about something really quick. Um, so I feel like, in a sense of things that we want to do in the future, I feel like I do want to mention that there will be a lot of things we will be talking about. Keep in mind, this podcast isn't just to like really talk about, the gaming world and shit going on. I feel like we really want to talk about like real life experiences. Like we really want you guys to actually get to
Yes.
know us. Like we really want you guys to like, what's the way to say it? I feel like we really want you guys to, we want you to, we want you to, but we want to put you in our position at times. We want you to listen. We want you to understand the shit that goes on behind closed doors, the shit that goes on
Yes.
in our Discord server. We do want to
The
bring
shit that
some
we go
guests.
through.
Yes, the shit that we go through. We are going to be talking about a certain topic very soon of something that happened while we were in the comp scene. All we can say
God.
is those people were definitely a problem,
The
but
no, they were the
they
problem.
were the problem. But yeah, like I feel like there's gonna be moments where we will probably talk about, like, maybe if we ever get down to it, I feel like politics is something we could possibly mention, things that are going on in the real world, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's always good to
Yeah.
talk about it and let, people out there know that, shit is going crazy in this world. I feel like our president is, doing really bad things, but what can you really do? But I also
Can
do
we
want to
do?
say, the reason why I'm also mentioning this now is because we will be saying a lot of things on this podcast, and we want to let you guys know that this is for a mature audience. So if you feel offended by things we say or things we do, just letting you know in
Grow a pair.
advance,
Oh.
we are not the problem here. You signed up to listen, and here you are. You're already like in this way too deep
We've
already.
already taken you. Right, you're already so many minutes in. You can't stop now. My God.
And I think it's time we also kind of let you guys know to, if you are our fans officially, we do want to call you guys our little problematic babies. Because, who isn't problematic nowadays? Even if you
Yeah,
aren't,
honestly.
you probably are secretly. And that's okay.
If you're a
That's okay.
gamer, yes.
I feel like if you're a gamer, you're problematic already. Games make you so toxic. What can you
Yeah.
do about it?
You talk shit through a mic, through a screen. Come on.
Yeah.
It's not
But you wouldn't
really
say that to
ethical.
somebody in front of your face. Not
Right,
it's not
right. So they pulled up.
professional and it's not ethical. I ain't never gave fuck.
My name's Sarah. Bro, TikTok has us brain rotted at this point, but who isn't brain rotted by
Who isn't
TikTok?
brain rotted at this
The
point?
millennials?
But
I've seen
yeah.
millennials brain rotted by TikToks.
Anyways, I do want to pinpoint, we are open to suggestions on what you guys also want to see here. I did mention that, but leave us some topics. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what you want to let people know about.
Yes.
I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are scared to vent about situations or things going on. And honestly, like, we're here for you. Like, we'll keep your name anonymous and we'll just
Yeah.
say it out here. You know what I mean? I feel like people just need to get it out. And if you can't do it, let us do it for you.
Get it off your chest already. Come on. Feed us
Yes,
and empty yourself.
exactly.
Please. We need it. We thrive off of this. We thrive off of this. Everything is, 100% confidential. We don't spread misinformation. We don't spread information, personal information. We don't do that. But what we'll do is spread the truth.
We
Some
will
of
spread the
y'all
truth.
are really
Exactly.
messy.
Very. And that is exactly why we're also saying names because we don't care.
Yes, beat at all. So if you're scared, grow up here, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
We also will have features. If you guys ever in our stories hear someone we're talking about specific that you want to know more about, we could possibly have a feature, or we're just going to be bringing people here and there just in to talk about other things.
Yeah,
But let us
literally.
know, cause
I feel like every episode we will, maybe, I wouldn't say every, because keep in mind, this is about us, no offense. But I feel like we should definitely have at least a guest make an appearance and, talk to us about anything they want to talk about as well or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just want to make sure people are having a good time. We want you guys to really, you know, enjoy what you're listening to. We just want to make sure you yourself are not a problem. And I know that's what we keep on saying, but
never.
realistically, that is literally like the thing we have here. Like, we're not the problem ever. And I said it. If somebody claims you are a problem and you really have not done anything, realistically, you're doing something right. A hater hating on you means they're envious of you and they themselves are literally the issue. And you should not even worry about it at all. At all. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your breath. Those people are nothing, 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 nothing. And they'll always be nothing to you. You think we care if
It'll
someone's
always
talking
be
about
nothing.
us? No. Someone's talking about me?
Oh my
Really?
god.
That's crazy. It's to the point where sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'd be finding out things that I didn't even know about myself. And I'm just like, ooh, what
Wow.
happened next?
This is interesting. This is intriguing. I need to know the next
Yeah,
part.
I've been so invested in in these stories of me that I'm like, oh my God, I gotta know what happens next. What happens next? Don't keep me waiting.
Right, like where did this take place?
Right. But y'all, this is who we are. Kaya, would you like to let them know a little bit about yourself?
I don't think you fully told them about yourself, have you?
Oh,
I mean, But anyways, we'll talk about that in a different episode. Hi, I'm Kaya. I'm an Aquarius. I love animes, anything Japanese related. I love. I'm obsessed with the culture. No, I don't want to be one, but thank you. I'm not that type of person because I've seen them. I've seen them
mm,
bad. I love the Japanese. I love all of that part of the country in general. Um, Anime recommendations. I can give them out. Just give me something you're interested in, and I'll give you like 100 more things to watch or read. I read manhwas, webtoon, manhwa. Basically, love the Asians. Love them
okay.
always.
We love that. We love that. I definitely do love the Asian culture as well. I'm really big onto like Korean food. I love the Korean culture. I listen to K-pop. Hello, come on now. But yeah, I don't really watch a lot of
Ooh, I
anime,
wanted
but
to say
she's
me.
always telling me I should like really get into it. And honestly, I think I kind of want to. Like I really do. I really do.
What? I can give you so many recommendations off the top of my head. Like great 12 episodes, short animes that'll have you intrigued, and then you. I feel like the 12 episode animes are the best because they give you a short feeling of what you actually want to watch and
Mhm.
what genres you're interested in. But definitely, I would say it's a you have to try experience. Like you have to try at
For
least every
sure.
genre because you never know what you actually like or what you don't like. So
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
what is it? The two anime ruler, the two episode rule. It was like you have to watch at least 2 episodes of the anime before you say you can't like it. So or you
And I
don't.
feel like a lot of people
But
out there don't really give animes a chance. I feel like people just watch an episode or two and they're like, "Yeah, this is boring." I feel like that is the reason they do that to get you to be more invested in the story. Because I feel like animes do pick up after the first two episodes, and that's where it's like, "Oh shit!" Like you get hooked on it and you get super invested. And
yeah,
I think that's what I like about anime. That's literally what happened with Attack on Titan for me. That was, listen, I'm not gonna front. I feel like that was like the third anime I've ever watched, but I feel like after the first episode, like that really got me hooked. I used to watch Tokyo Ghoul and I thought it was cool. The second season was kind of bad, but I thought it was cool.
oh, I hate. Yes, I hate when like animes do that because majority of animes are based off of mangas or maybe it could be a comic, but it's bad to the point where they'll make 2 seasons canon, right, of the anime canon, and so the anime and the manga have two different stories, and then so they bring on the third season, and when you click it, it's like a continuation of the manga, and it's like no, this we were watching the anime, we're not reading the manga. If we wanted to have the manga point of view or the story, we'd go to read the manga, and the fact that you animated it to be a continuation of that, you should have just made the whole season like a complete continuation of the manga. That's what they did for Blue Exorcist, Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
I believe there's a few more animes, but it was bad. But I believe for Blue Exorcist, they ended up fixing it and continuing the anime instead of the manga. So it was really weird.
Honestly, I feel like after this, you should definitely send me some recommendations because maybe I do want to get into it and actually watch some animes you've watched before because I know you've always talked about some certain ones that you're like, it's so good, it's super addicting. And honestly, maybe I should hop on that bandwagon, honestly, for like anime. So, anybody that's out there that likes animes, y'all should also leave us some recommendations. Leave me some recommendations because I'm not really big into the anime world. And honestly, maybe I should give it another try. I think it'll be cool.
We love Asians.
The
Even the food. Oh
food
my
is
god, the
always great. I
yes.
have some
Don't you
black
always
bean
be going to
noodles.
get some Asian?
Yes,
Yes,
I have some black bean
girl.
noodles that I'm gonna make soon. I think I'm gonna make them either tomorrow for lunch or I don't know when.
Or tonight when she gets really, really hungry and she's like, I need to be big bag and go into the kitchen and sneak in there and then just start cooking.
Honestly, I feel like maybe because low key I do have Chick-fil-A salad in the fridge that I got from today.
Oof.
And I have some, some Chinese food I got from today as well. But it was originally supposed to be for my dog, but I forgot. But I low key might eat it with him because that's literally my best. Like that's my best friend. I love my dog. But anyways, I feel like that is enough chaos. So before we go, Jakiyah, bestie, why weren't you the problem today?
I minded my business and stayed delusional. Exactly why I was
Period.
not the problem.
And I wasn't the problem because I said what I said. And that's exactly the motto you guys should keep to yourself. But
On
and
that note,
on that note, I feel like that's it for this one. And honestly, that was low-key fun, and I can't wait for you guys to definitely dive into more with us. And honestly, next time we're gonna be getting into your mess. So if you got a situation where you swear you weren't the problem, send it to us. We'll be the judge. Until then, you better stay messy and stay unbothered. And remember, it's never your fault at all. Oh, and by the way,
yes.
considering our episodes are coming out on Fridays, we do want to wish you a great weekend because this is obviously going to be shown on Friday, but have a great weekend and be safe out there because the world is a dangerous place. Make sure, you're staying happy, stay hydrated, drive safe, and don't do anything we wouldn't do.
We do everything.
We do everything here.
Everything.
Bro. Bitch, the way I almost farted.
You ended it right? Like, nah.